Hi guys, hello there, how you doing? Welcome to Andy's BCA channel, and just welcoming you this week. So we've had lots of exciting stuff. So we've had the introduction to the Beast, so that's a camper van, and we've also had a trip out putting stuff together for the motorbike as well. Just so it's not just all allotment, and it's like you get a choice of various videos, so you get basically a good choice to whether you just want to, if you just want to stick and watch the allotment stuff, then that's good. If you're interested in camper van stuff and a bit of travelling and that, then you can look at that as well. And then the motorbike stuff, which is, I like riding motorcycles, have done for years. And yeah, so I've decided to buy some camera equipment and start doing that as well. So what I'm going to show you now is some of the stuff that we've been talking about previously, some of the fertilisers, some of the feeds, and some of the stuff that I've used, which again isn't a lot, but some of the stuff I'm experimenting with at the moment. I don't pretend to know everything, and so I'm just having some trials really. So what I'm doing is I've used some potassium with the cucumbers, because apparently they like that, but not too much, because apparently if you put too much potassium in, you've got to get the measurement right. So make sure you only put, like, you know, just a small tablespoon amount to maybe like 5 litres of water, which is, I think that's a good recommendation anyway. So that's like powder into water type of thing. Some of the other fertilisers that we talked about were Eco-Thrive Charge. It was Eco-Thrive Charge, that was the worm frass. It's like a powdery substance again that you can still put to the bottom of your plant, and it will soak in with the water, or you could dig it in with the soil. But this time of year, mainly, you know, your stuff's already planted anyway. So I just add it to the water, or put it to the base of the plant and then just water it. Other stuff that I've been using, I've even had a trial of the chicken manure pellets. You remember these? Most of these are in the tubs, just basic chicken manure pellets. So I've put some of them, I've mixed them actually, so when we have a walk around in a minute, I'll show you what I've done, what I've mixed in, how I've done it, how I've applied it, and then maybe in 3 to 4 weeks we'll just see. What I mean, the tomatoes and the cucumbers, you're in for a big shock. And this food stuff must be doing good, because I mean, you know, we're not even like in halfway through August at the moment, you know, and the stuff's just through the roof at the moment already. Like I said before in previous videos, it's like Jumanji, you know. So looks like a bit of a jungle out there, but it's all good news, and it's all proof in the pudding, in it. At the end of the day, it just shows that the stuff that we're using here is working, isn't it? So you know, I'll show you even right, like 2 weeks ago, somebody said put some calcium in your tomatoes. Go and buy some Epsom salts, Andy, and get the lavender ones, cool, calm and relaxing. You know, people might laugh, but you know, if you've got a cool, calm, relaxed tomato plant, and they're not getting shocked with the water, then they're going to produce the goods, aren't they? It's beggars belief, you know. So I've got potassium and that in this box, but it's not labelled, so, and it just looks like a white powder, so I'm not really gonna get that out. But like, again, tablespoon of potassium, or potash even, 1 big tablespoon, yeah, in 5 litres of water, and that's your feeding. Same with, I've used Tomarite for the tomatoes as well. Again, just use a capful, 5 litres of water. You'll see in a minute anyway, you see. So I've been using various things, and this is the picture of the Eco-Thrive, Eco-Charge, available online. Actually bought this last year and didn't realise that I'd still had some left. Near enough a full bucket. It is dear stuff. I think I paid £35 for for that, just for that. But you don't have to buy it if you don't, you know, it's trial and error. I mean, even outside there with the sweet corn, I've just put some chicken manure pellets and that on my sweet corn. Again, just gives them a basic slow release feed, yeah, because you'll see like chicken manure pellets right here, you know, chicken compound fertilizer containing organic material on a basis of 5, 2 and 3 on your NPK reading. You know, your nitrogen is 5%, your phosphorus is 2%, and your potassium is 3%, and that's a slow release fertilizer, just chicken manure pellets, you know, probably £5 a tub, you know, and a big tub like that will last you all season, won't it? So I don't know, each to their own. Some people don't even use anything, you know. Some people are quite happy that they've got the soil up to a certain standard, and then some people are just lucky and the stuff grows no problem. So, and then other places on the allotment, like I said before, I bought this, it's just a soil rich enhancer, yeah, and that was available at Elixir Garden Supplies here based at Morecambe. Elixir Garden Supplies are live and online, and they distribute around the country anyway, and they're dead easy to find. They're on all your mainstream outlets, what they're called, like your online buying sites, they're on there, so dead easy to find. Even if you do a computer search on your internet, if you get what I'm saying, you just type in Elixir and you'll find them. And they're a great bunch of guys I've described before, and they're very willing to help. But you know, they don't just take your money. You tell them what you're doing, they'll provide you with information, and they'll give you some of the best results and best ideas, which is where I've got all these lot. And when you have a look in a minute and you ever see what's going on in the greenhouse, you'll be like that, oh, I'm buying some of that. So anyway, so there we go. So yeah, so if you like, and you like my channel and you like some of my ideas, I'm still waiting for some comments. There's not many comments coming through at the moment, yeah, but you might have some ideas, yeah. You might have some, and you might think that I've done something wrong, and that's all well and good. Please tell me, or if you've got better advice. I don't know everything, you know. So if you've got a bit of better advice than that, say, you know, you was on about the sweet corn out there, Andy. They don't look that clever, you know. Maybe you could do this, you know. So I'd be grateful for any ideas, because that's the whole idea of this channel, yeah. Look at my videos, watch them, yeah, and if you're a bit of a gardener, or even when we're doing stuff like on the campervan and that, if you're saying, oh, if you're going to that area, Andy, and that, why don't you take a look at this, or why don't you visit that area? You know, it's very lovely there. I've been there before, and that's all I want, you know. Same as the motorbike stuff, or the cameras and the filming and everything like that. I might not have filmed something right, I might not have edited something right, I could have done better in another area. So there again, you know, could have, excuse the dogs. Oi. So yeah, somebody's just walking past. So yeah, so you know, if you've got good advice, let's share it. Let's share it. Let's have a good community on this channel, and let's just share stuff. So I'm going to have a look around, and I'll show you some of the trials that I've done in the greenhouse and everything. And then hopefully Tiggy will stop barking. That's great, that badge, isn't it? Hopefully I'm not doing anything wrong to YouTube standards, but that's a good badge. I like that. Let's see what the season brings here. So then, I've took the bird feeders down from there because they're swinging about in the wind and I'm losing all the food. And I've decided to stick them in the trees here. But as you can tell, they need filling. So that's a job for you, Jess, yeah? Jess, you're going to fill them bird feeders up, or you're just going to do sniff sniff? Yeah, thought so. Yeah, so that's the job. We'll do that in a minute. We'll fill the bird feeders up, get them back up in that tree up there. We'll have a look at that after. What are you up to, Tiggers? Eh? Tiggy? Right, come on, let's have a walk round. Public don't want to see you, they want to see the allotment, don't they? Or do they? You could be star of the show, girl. Yeah, so flowers are still opening up. It's been a bit dry here for the last few days, so I'm going to give them a water, I reckon. Give them a bit of a water. Don't want them going too dry. So you can see, sometimes you can tell when they're going dry. They're going dry and crimping at the edges there. So it's not too bad, but there's loads of these little ones, little flowering ones. I'm not really keen on them, but you know, seeing as they're there, I'll grow them. I prefer the bigger ones, as you can see, that we're coming up to now. Don't want to disturb Mr. or Mrs. B. But there you go. As you can see there, got some lovely looking large, probably dinner plate dahlias there. Look at the foliage on that as well. Look how green that is. You can always tell how good the plant is doing by the greenery. Again, look at these here. Some of these purple headed ones. The quality in that colouring. Is it Jess? Are you wanting to be star of the show or something? Anyway. Yeah, so that's brilliant that. I'm quite happy with the dahlias so far. This is an early one. The greenage, how dark the green is, and healthy it's looking. So I'm quite happy with that at the moment. So moving on to some of the white dahlias. I've picked a few of these, but I've also given some out. So just the quality, you know. Oh, again, there you go. So I've had a bit of a tidy round the last few days, as you can see. Cut the grass and everything. And some of them are coming out quite nicely. So the story with the sweet corn and the trial by the food. What we've done here is, so these sweet corns are getting bigger actually when you look at them. They're getting quite big. And it is, you know, early days. So as you can see in there, what you can see there is fish blood and bone and a few chicken manure pellets. Fish blood and bone granulated is a level NPK. So here again, you can see that stars of the show are here again, and we have some good sweet corn producing there. And there again, you can see fish blood and bone, chicken manure pellets. Yeah, and I'm going to send a load of water into them. I mean, looking at the sky, not looking too pleasant. I reckon it might rain, so I might not have to do the watering. But yeah, as you look at some of these corn of the cobs, sweet corn. Again, coming down there. Do you remember they were shooting? Do you remember they were shooting up in the air? And I just snapped the ends here. They start sprouting, yeah. I thought it was a bit early yet, so I thought I'd just snap the ends. And then look at this. Look at all this sweet corn producing down here. So I'm trialling a bit of feed at the moment. That's the feed that I'm trialling. Again, fish blood and bone. And then you've got some chicken manure pellets. So yeah, so that's how we're doing on the sweet corn. What do you reckon, Tiggers? Tiggy? Is it any good? Are you eating grass? Right, okay, fair enough. Yeah, so walking around the plot, it's looking quite tidy at the moment. We've been keeping on top of things. Check this out. Look at this, Jess. Jess, psst, psst. Look at this. This Cali lily. Look at that. That's come out of nowhere, that, innit? Look at that. That's brilliant. Somebody will get that. Again, the colour here on the dahlias there, look at that. That's a nice striking colour, isn't it? Yeah. And the foliage is pretty good as well, yeah. It's only a small plant, this one, isn't it, Jess? So again, calla lilies here, you remember? 3-4 weeks ago, they were nothing. Were they? Look how that's nicely been weeded before. Just some begonias really, just some basic bedding plants there. And then we've got some lovely calla lilies here. Look at that. Absolutely wonderful. So great, yeah. So, moving round, now I haven't separated the trees yet. They need cutting down to about there. Star of the show, Jesse. How's your begonias doing? Now then, look at the 3 baby calla lilies at the back. 3 of them. Yeah, look how they're coming on. Next year, right, I'll move them. End of season, I'll move them when they start dying off, and they'll be as big as that next year. You wait, you'll see. You watch next year. So here, I haven't planted anything. Not really rushing. I don't like to rush. So I've had to pull some of the lettuce out of here. Let me just move these. Right. 2 weeded areas. Yeah, so supposed to be pink celery. Maybe I don't know if I've planted it in wrong, but it seemed to be, I don't know, plenty of time yet. I'll just let it grow. I pulled the lettuce out. 1 or 2 of them seem to be looking okay over here, not so bad. Pink celery, again from Robinson Seeds near Kerbus, Garstang, on the A6 there. As I've always said, 2 lovely ladies there will give you advice. You want to know any information out, tell them what you want to grow. They'll tell you how to grow it and what you'll need. So brilliant. Some bedding plants. Still haven't done anything with this area yet, there's no rush. So, look at the dahlias here. Look at the big heads on them. Some of them have got striking colours. Some of them are really nice. So, I'm going to pick some. I mean, some of them I'll be a bit more selective next year. It's an okay colour, but some of them are like pastel colours, like that purple one over there. It's like an old fogey colour, isn't it? Alright. Check that boy out. That's a bad boy, isn't it? Yeah. Someone's going to be lucky there. Some good ones. So there is 1 or 2 dahlias, you know, it's not a secret, nothing's ever a secret here, but you can see 1 or 2 dahlias there that haven't really quite made it, quite planted out. Some are okay, but some are really nice and striking colours like this here. The quality of that. You know you've got a good plant when you've got good green foliage as well below. So that weren't too bad. Some of the mini roses there, yeah. And we're doing okay. What do you reckon, Tiggers? It's not bad, but it looks a bit scratty now, doesn't it? Yeah. So then, the purple podded peas could do with a bit of watering, I see, but at least they're all springing up. We've got a load of purple podded. These were planted like 6-7 weeks ago. So I've been picking peas off them myself with my mate Bill Haley. We've been you get them when they're picked and they're really young. They're lovely. Lovely sweet peas. Purple podded peas. Again, I bought the seeds for these at Robinson Seeds near Kerbus, Garstang on the A6 there, like I just mentioned before. So they got so far, you know what I mean? They got so far. They did all right, you know. Something is always better than nothing. Yeah. So we've got long green cobra beans. I suppose they need a bit of water. They should be getting up a bit more now. You know, we've got a few weeks left, so we'll pick a few off there. There is a few baby ones there, look. See the baby ones? I'll be having a bite of them in a minute before I go home. What do you reckon, Jess? Huh? What do you reckon? What are you eating the grass for? Does it taste nicer than your food? So, again, if you remember last week, well, a couple of weeks ago, sorry, the compost areas were a bit untidy. So, Claudia gave me a bit of a hand because it's not easy, but I won't go into detail. But Claudia gave me a hand here, and she turned them over for me and got rid of some of the weeds. And yeah, so they're tidied up a bit better now. So, and the difference, I'm going to have a chat one day with you about the difference in quality of soil, you know. So you look at that and that's quite thin, but I'll talk about that in another video. Yeah, so I have different areas on the compost. So I have an area here that is basically bedded soil. It's quite thin, it's been used over the years, but there's like old stuff in there as well. But then this is just solid mud. It's got nothing in it at all. No additives, no mixtures, no feed, no food, and you can see how clumpy it is. You see how clumpy that is. So when you're doing your tomatoes, your cucumbers and your chilies, it all needs thinning out. You have to thin it out to a quality like this. Even down here, I saw it before. When you come down here, you put your hand in it, you should be able to go like that. Nice loose soil, yeah. But this has had mixes in it already. You know, I could just pull it down. Again, nice loose soil like that. And that's so it's all aerated, so the water can get through to your roots and everything. What's interesting is in these roses as well. I just cut I cut them off from cuttings last year, and look what they've done in 1 year. I've just chucked them in here before it started getting frosty, and they've grown themselves. So plants off plants, free. I like the sound of free. Didn't cost me a penny. Suits you, sir. Thank you very much. So yeah, so I think there's going to be a time where I'm gonna grab some rhubarb as well. So that's your champagne rhubarb. Get some Aunt Bessie's crumble in there. Some spuds there that I dug out. I'm not really in a rush. So, what do you reckon, Jess? It's looking a bit tidier, isn't it? Yeah? Yeah, so it's not doing too bad at the moment. So all the gooseberries have gone now. The birds must have had them, so because I didn't do out with them. And as you can see, we need a couple of these, cutting back these on here. That's just another job. So that area's kept clear. Just need to be getting some water in there. Get some water collected. And then let's have a walk through here. So we've got some water in them where they've passed through, you know. It's not all that bad. Flat on there. Some failed attempts there. So people do fail. Yeah. Failed attempts at spring onions. Terrible, aren't they? Didn't even get them to germinate properly. Just I don't know. Maybe I was unlucky. So yeah, collecting water from here, from the guttering on the greenhouse, and just dropping it into here. And this should be covering it. The water can still drop in, but at least so it don't get any leaves and that in there. Again, we're doing all right. This one was just put out the other week there. Yeah, so some water, you know, at least it's just plain rainwater. That's all it is. You know, it'll do all right. Are we going into the greenhouses? Hey? Are we going into the greenhouses? Give everybody an update on the greenhouses. What's happening? They're in for a shock, aren't they? Yeah? Right then, wait till you see this. Look at that. So, and the chilies as well. Yeah, all the way along, and all the way along down there on the floor. And some chilies here at the front. You know, they look like tall plants, but there's, you know, it's early days yet. So, in terms of trial, when we was talking about feed and supplements before, there's the chicken manure pellets. I haven't watered these plants yet, because I'll do that after this video. But there you are, just standard chicken manure pellets. And then in the front here, I've put some of the Eco Thrive worm frass. You have to find out, that's online, that is. That's the deer stuff, but it's trial and error. It might not work. I might come next week and plants might be half hanging over. I'll be gutted if they are. But I'm just going to let the water take that in. I mean, look how high these are now. They're right up to the roof and trailing along. So, you know, some of the previous plants, I mean, look at these here. Look, I'm just going to have to put them round there. Just let them hang like that. That's all I can do at the moment. There's loads everywhere. So, I mean, every bit of yellow you see there is a cucumber. You know. So, got one starting there. But they're only young, you know. But they're doing well, doing so well. I hope they do produce into something. And they come. So, vampire chilies there. Just because they grow tall, they do, the vampire chilies. Quite an interesting black chili, yeah. Hence the name vampire chili. They come out at purple flowers. Same as the Fertilisers blue. But they're all purple. You see the purpleness in them? That's some of the purple chilies, the Fertilisers blue. I've never really... Sweet pepper, snack bite orange. Never really... There must be mini peppers or something. I hope that grows tall actually and I get more out of it. So I'll have to put some... I haven't put any feed in these yet, have I? So... But yeah... They're all doing okay. They're all flowering. Flowers mean chilies. Yeah? So some of them that are hitting the roof like this, I will have to transfer it down here. Let me do it now while we're here. Just transfer it down there and just let them grow from the floor. That's all I can do. And gives everybody else a bit of space. These ones here. See, these are carrot chilies. They'll just go orange, these will. Hence the word carrot. So yeah, I never get to eat them all. I just end up giving them away. So yeah, so that's our greenhouse. Isn't it doing well? It's doing all right. It's not too bad. Can't be moaning. Can't be moaning. So we'll see 2-3 weeks time. I've just put chicken manure pellets in there really to see if I can progress any growing on the cucumbers, you know, get them going a bit. So, see if we can get us loads of them, loads of flowers everywhere, yeah. And I've even known cucumber plants to fail at this stage, yeah. So they get this far, they get this far, they don't pollinate properly, and they just don't produce cucumbers, which I've got, I shouldn't have really mentioned that, so probably made a rod from my own back there, but we'll find out in a few weeks anyway. So while we've got Tiggy guarding the tomatoes, are you guarding the tomatoes, Tiggers? Hey? Yeah? And some of these chilli plants at the front, are you guarding it? Good girl, yeah. So again, look at that, we're right up in the roof now, so I might have to, oh, what's the best thing to do, guys? You know, come on, you should be telling me. Do I cut them down a bit? Shall I cut them down this far, right the way along? Just take the heads off. Shall I? Shall I just cut them back? What do you reckon? So, yeah, we've got tomatoes showing everywhere down here anyway. Look at all these. All Kimberley. You remember the name of these tomato plants? Look them up on the internet. Kimberley. Vined tomatoes, yeah? Kimberley vine tomatoes. So that's how well with all the plant feed, supplements and everything, yeah? Kimberley tomatoes coming out everywhere. I'll probably have to cut these down. I'll wait till somebody says something. Chilli plants, £3 each from your main shopping store. I had to grab them. Can't knock them back. I mean, if you know how hard it is to germinate chilli seeds, sat there, you know, they reckon that you germinate them on Boxing Day. That's the start of the chilli season, they reckon. And you germinate them in a wet towel, put them in a clear plastic bag, keep them somewhere warm and moist, wait till they germinate, transfer them into real thinned out soil. And that's another video. So here with the trial and error, so we've got some EcoCharge here. I've put EcoCharge in these tomato plants, so I'm yet to water them. But again, look, Kimberley vine tomatoes, they're all there everywhere. We're doing all right, aren't we? So some of these chilli plants look a bit vague here, but some of these over here look like they're doing all right. So we'll just have to we'll have to wait and see, won't we? Hey, we'll have to wait and see, won't we, Jess and Tiggy? Yeah. So I'm gonna go now. I'm glad I've given you a bit of an update and shown you around everything. So it's a bit like chilli, tomato and cucumber heaven at the moment. So I can't grumble. Got lots going on. We've also got lots to look forward to on this channel. Don't forget. We've got bike trips. We've got campervan trips. And we've just got everything that's going on. So any ideas, if you want to share anything, you know, in the comments below, by all means, have a bit of crack. I do like a bit of banter also. And if you like what you see, just subscribe to my channel and you'll get an update every time. I release videos mostly on Fridays. That's what I tend to do. Kind of like the end of the working week, and then you've got something to watch, haven't you? So happy days. We're doing okay. Yeah, we're doing all right. Love to you all. Take care. Bye for now.